guys, it's Mary.
And Alma.
We recommend to like,
subscribe,
share,
and comment.
Down below, because today we are reviewing season 13, episode 7, I believe, of Sister Wives. And today, y'all, it's all about Coyote Pass because Cody has basically dropped Mary like a bad habit with the Cottonwood. But this time he's taking all the kids to Coyote Pass and to Cottonwood to see what they think.
Yeah.
Now, they all went and everything. It was all fine and stuff. Yeah. Most of them voted. Gwendolyn had a serious issue with it.
Yeah. Yeah, they first went to Cottonwood.
They went to Cottonwood. Everybody voted yes, they love Cottonwood. Yeah, even Janelle was trying to make backdoor deals with the person selling it. And I think it was only 3 people that she loved it.
But when Gwendolyn said, I don't like this, she said, well, you're going to be out of here. I love it. And you're going to be out of here anyway in 3 years.
I thought Christine was so mean. I thought she was really mean. And I'm shocked because Christine's usually not like that. But it was basically, I think she's in a horrible place in her relationship with Cody.
And I think she is taking on the meanness and the whatever of Cody. That's what she is.
Onto her kids. But you know what I think it is, honestly? I think that this is why the kids don't really want plural marriage. Because they see how bad it can get when the mom isn't in a good relationship with Cody. And that it comes onto them. Not just from Cody, but also from the mother.
Yeah. And remember there was a time when Christine said that, there was a time when Cody found Gwendolyn to be obnoxious.
Yeah.
And all over the place. Remember, she's a child who's a Gemini. And Geminis, we have our moods. Like, sometimes we're very nice. Other times, we cannot be bothered. But we're not mean like that. But he found her obnoxious. And she said, I really have loved, it was on the earlier seasons, I really have loved how he has learned not to let Gwendolyn's character or whatever make him, like, snap at her a lot. Like, he just lets her be herself.
Yeah.
So I just wondered to myself, you found Gwendolyn obnoxious. So even though she's not obnoxious now, she's just expressing that she really didn't want to go. Even your little truly told you this morning that she didn't want to move.
Yeah. But
you just really just like go ahead and be like, oh well.
You're going to be out of here in 3 years. Well, really 2 years. So, I mean, this is what I want. This is what I like. And you just got to deal with it.
And Cottonwood was not even the one that you even liked.
And then on top of that, she pushed her to the side completely.
Yeah.
And then she just goes to hug her. She's like, please don't touch me. Because you were just, I hate to say it, but you were being an ass.
I was surprised at Christine. Christine.
This is what happens when you put all your cojones or your eggs in one basket. In the Cody basket.
Yeah,
Get you all effed up.
I hope when Gwendolyn is an adult, I hope you all are getting along. Because those are things that children will remember.
And the thing is, I snap because we always used to wonder why none of the kids want to be in polygamy.
Yeah.
Even Mariah. But she has gone completely left. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I think it's because they see the dynamic. They see what happens when Cody's not good to the wives. Yeah. They see what happens to the mothers. And then they see how they also get the repercussions. Not just from Cody, but also from their mother.
Cody is so manipulative.
He is such an a-hole.
He has mind-effed 2 of his wives. I can see him mind-effing the children too.
Yeah.
And they are just, we will see as they get older how their attitudes are. But we will see.
Yeah, but so that's basically what happened was. Yeah. But everybody raised their hand. Even Christine was falling behind him. You know why she was doing that? Because she liked Coyote's Pass. Yeah. She heard the angels singing that Robin also heard, ironically. Yeah. But she was there holding her hand like a little puppet.
Yes.
And then he looked to see who liked the Cottonwood, right? Mind you, everybody raised their hand except for 3 people. Totally. And you know who was the most significant? Robin was the one that was most significant.
Exactly.
And then it was Tony and Gwendolyn. Yes. And then he was like, okay, that was really flat. I guess we're going to go check out Coyote Pass. I know. But everybody raised their hand, was excited about it. But because Robin said no, he was like, okay, we need to go and see something else.
Exactly.
But Robin was the main factor. That's why he even was like, oh, nobody likes this. But he was really checking for Robin.
That's it.
So they went to Cottonwood, to Coyote Pass or whatever, and basically all of a sudden, and also the reason why Cody said he even liked Cottonwood was because there's no CCRs, which is like restrictions or laws that you have to abide by for the land.
Yeah.
But Cottonwood does not have that.
Right. But Coyote Pass does.
Yes. So also I can see why he would like it or whatever, but
Robbie D.
Ironically, everybody kind of got onto the Coyote Pass. Even Janelle. Everybody got onto Coyote Pass. Yeah. Even Christine, which I thought was very shocking. She said, even though the ground might be poisonous and that maybe my kids can't play in the ground, I still want it.
I know.
What?
Even though the Shelby was saying that they have prairie dogs here and their poop is poisonous, Yeah, she surely did say that.
I was like, Christine,
And
the
she even-
mother of the kids,
And
is saying
she's even
this.
saying, "Oh, Truly, I think has eaten the dirt." She didn't even try to get Truly from out of there.
I was like, what?
I know. Christine
Has lost it.
has lost. She's
Lost
She has
herself.
surely lost her way.
I was like, what the hell is going on?
Lost her way.
I'm like, the mother who's so protective
She-
and loving of the
she-
kids
she's
is
so
now acting like
confused.
this.
She's so confused. She doesn't know.
She's in a
which way
horrible
to
spot
turn.
with Cody. She
Yeah.
actually is in a horrible
She doesn't
spot.
know which way to turn. I need to be there for family, not my family, but whoever Cody likes. Cody, I'm for your favorite wife's family. Coco, do you see me?
No.
Do you
no.
see me,
Excuse me.
Cody?
Excuse me.
I have forgotten about my children who you can't stand, but I love. Where Aurora and Brianna at?
You're fake. I don't want you. Where's Robin? But we're going to talk about this,
I
y'all.
need.
Listen, we're going to talk about this real
Lord
quick,
have
okay?
mercy.
We want you guys to see this exchange.
Yes.
We have recorded it.
Oh.
We want you to watch this first, and then we're going to talk about
Oh,
it.
yes, yes,
and
yes.
I want you guys to look at the dynamic with Cody and Christine, the
Yes.
dynamic with Mary and Robin, and the dynamic with Robin and Cody.
Yes.
And then how Janelle's looking at all of them like they crazy.
Some power stuff.
Not believe what was going on.
And this is when
Mary
they
sat
have
there.
returned now back to Las
Yes.
Vegas.
And now they're
talking
discussing
about-
the Cottonwood and Coyote Pass.
Yes.
What? Okay, I want to talk about Mary and Robin first.
Yes.
So basically, Cody, what they're sitting down talking about, whatever,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Okay, Mary, what do you think?" And
But
then
first he asked Janelle. And as you saw, Janelle is sitting next to Robin.
yes, and
So-
Mary was like, "Okay,
So
well,
first
you guys
he
have already
asked-
seen it,
Well, he
but
asked Janelle first.
he did ask Janelle."
So Janelle gave her thing, and then he went to Mary. But Mary's
Yes.
like, "Why don't you go to Robin?"
Yes, and then he's like, "Well, the reason why I chose you," as he pauses because
then
he didn't
Robin
have nothing to
says,
say.
"Because
She
you're the
quickly
first
says,
wife."
and then she said, "Girl, bye." Basically, she said,
You're
"Because
the
you're
first wife."
legally married."
And
She
then
said, "Oh,
"Well, you're the-
please,
she
you know
said,
that
you're the
doesn't."
legal wife. And anyhow, Robin, if that stood, why did he ask Janelle first? She's the second wife. So it does not even matter.
Yeah, but the thing is, she was trying to cover for Cody.
That's what she was.
You know what I'm
trying to do.
saying? But
Mhm.
then it was just like, she just said that or whatever, and then Mary was just like, "Oh, you're the legal wife or whatever, so that doesn't matter." And then she's
Yeah.
like, "Girl, bye." Basically, that's what
Yeah.
Rob was telling her or whatever about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I
Like, it
just
doesn't
want
even
to,
matter.
I want to make this statement first, okay? I know you women sit here and talk about how no, it's not important, the legal thing. The legal part is everything. And you know
It
why?
is everything.
Because one, if that man dies, you get to have all his money.
Mm-hmm.
You also are set up for life. Your kids are set up for life. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, you have legal rights to his stuff. He also can make you the beneficiary or whatever. There's a lot of legal stuff that comes with you being a wife.
And you
You
better
being the
believe-
spiritual wife don't mean shit.
No, it
only
doesn't.
in religion.
You have
But
to
you guys-
depend on that legal wife to do right by you, which Robin will not.
Exactly. So my thing is that legal paper is a lot. Yes, you guys talk about spiritual and all this stuff. You guys don't live in the spiritual world.
Yeah.
You guys are not dead. You
Yeah.
are living in America, and you
Yeah.
have to have legal papers.
Yeah.
If that was true, then you guys did not have to go and adopt the kids.
Yeah.
You guys really didn't.
Yeah.
Because one thing that you all could have just said is that spiritually these are my kids, because now spiritually Robin is my wife. I know we sit here and say that, oh, but they can
Yeah.
go to him. Nobody has died.
Yeah.
Dayton is going to college. If he
Yes.
wanted to, he can go and adopt all those kids, and he could become a Brown and change his name.
Yeah.
You guys really didn't have to do
You
that.
didn't have to.
Like if the legal papers did not matter, you guys would not have needed to adopt the kids. You really
Exactly.
didn't. Like Dayton,
Exactly.
you guys are all alive and well.
Exactly.
But Cody was so smitten, he was ridden like a horse by Robin.
He did not
and
want Mary to have any rights to his
no, but he
stuff.
wanted the
at
wife that he
all.
loves the most to
Yes.
be set
To
up for life.
secure.
And he
Exactly.
wanted to make sure that she rested in her feminine energy.
Yes.
And she wanted to make sure that her kids were set up. That's why
Yes.
she got married to him and she got adopted. Robin knows that legal paper is everything. She might sit here and talk about this drive turkey, talking about how the legal papers don't mean
I
shit.
know.
You know it means
And
everything,
then
Robin.
wanting to
Because if
cry.
it didn't, then you wouldn't have had your
Our-
kids adopted.
Our eternal, and she does all this, our eternal marriages mean more than that paper ever can. As she makes her, as though she's about to go into some convulsion with 0 tears. Girl,
Bye. But yes, so also I want to talk about, so once we saw that or whatever, I just felt
yeah,
like,
that was
Robin,
a
you're
power
being fake.
play right there.
Well, let's talk about Christine and Cody.
Yes.
So as you guys can see or whatever, Christine was talking to Cody about
Like, oh, this is what you
she
will
basically was
like.
talking about you want us to be in one house, but I'm
Yeah.
telling you this, I love you
You-
guys, but that will never ever happen.
happen.
And he sits in the confessional, he's like, we'll see.
We'll see about
We'll see.
that. Yeah.
And then
he said you can say that.
he tells Christine, you can tell Shelby that all you want to.
Exactly.
Or whatever. She's like,
And
so
right
you
here, that
tell
was a power theme.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
And he is trying to let her know.
Yeah.
You better know your place.
Yeah.
That's what he's trying to tell Christine.
Yeah.
And then when
And
he
then she
says,
was like,
and then you see
so
how
she
he
was like-
says, I'm not going to discuss that right now.
No, but that was first because she was just like, because after he said, basically was like, you tell Shelby that all you want. She's like, wow, so you're really on this. He really wants to move to one house. And he's like, I'm not going to talk.
She said it kind of smiley. So really, you?
Yeah,
really
of course.
yeah.
But then he was just like,
I'm not going to discuss.
I'm not going to discuss that right now.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it so sternly, like
Yes.
he was like not playing, like he was
Very
so serious.
sternly to
And then
her.
she laughed all awkwardly. Okay.
Yeah, with Janelle
And then
also laughed, and
well, they were
Robin
all
was-
uncomfortable or whatever.
Yeah.
But he shut her down immediately, and Christine
Immediately.
immediately acquiesced.
Yes.
And all that stuff.
Yes.
And then Robin wants to start talking about
like,
it or whatever,
well,
but Cody basically lets her. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But he says,
Even
I'm not going to talk about it right now. Let's not discuss
But
it.
it wasn't as harsh.
It
though.
wasn't as harsh.
But then she still continued to talk
yeah, Robin.
and say that, oh, but you still have something in your mind for us now. Like she's letting him know in that when Cody talked to Christine, he wanted her to know and put her in her place. With Robin continues to talk, and even though it's subtle, but it's to let him know she's not going to back down either.
Yeah.
But not in a mean way.
Yeah.
But he allows Robin, gives her rope. But Christina, that's what Christine was talking about. He will never give her that rope. Because you know something, Christine? He has been in competition with you for a very long time.
Yeah.
And he doesn't like you anymore.
And
no
he
matter what
wanted you
do,
to remind
he
you
doesn't
to
like
be
you.
broken. He wanted you to stay in the broken place that you've been in.
Yes.
And he wants to say, if you're thinking about bucking up your chest
I
right
know,
now,
you think you're about to
better
go be
sit
strong
your
again?
ass down.
After I have broken you, you wanna, like you said, buck up your chest?
Yeah.
Let me show you who I is, just in case you forgot.
Yes, but my
But he
thing
doesn't
is,
do that to Robin.
but also my thing is, it just feels like, I know he says this stupid stuff where he's like, oh, I've never been the leader of this family. You are basically
He's
telling the camera,
bullshit.
you're basically telling us, you're going to force these women
Mm-hmm.
to move into one house.
Yeah.
And it's by force, and then
Mhm.
it's like he has this patriotic, like sexist mind.
Yeah.
My wives think they know what's best for them, but they haven't seen one house like the one I'm going to design.
Yeah.
So it's like you want to tell me what I think is good for me,
Yeah.
which is that same
And-
control thing. Like, I'm a man, you guys are all women. Shut up, sit down, and do what I tell you to do.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it sounds like, and that's
That's
basically what
exactly
he's
what it sounds
saying.
like, yeah.
These women have all said they don't want to move to one house. Why force it? Why make it contentious? Why do that?
But he's a
Why
man.
do that?
And it's not going to be contentious because as time goes on, every single last one of them are going to take a knee. Every single last one of them are going to take a knee.
I don't think Robin's gonna take a knee. Like, she will put up with the one
No.
house for a while, but she's damn sure gonna make sure that she's in the house by herself.
Oh,
And
yeah.
isn't that what happened during COVID?
Oh yeah. I mean, and even if she is in one house by herself, she might be doing some other stuff. You know?
And he might have in a separate quarters in the
Yeah.
house.
And
And she will go and try to break Cody. She will
I'm
probably
sorry,
withhold some stuff from him.
Personally, I don't think Robin will mind being in one house because she doesn't feel Cody like this.
Well,
she really
also,
does
but
not. And the thing is, if
and
we
maybe
have,
he's not moving though.
but then guess what?
So she has no help.
Well, guess what? Christine will help her because she will have to show Cody that she is Team Robin and she's going to be a nanny for Robin. So
Yeah.
since her kids are going to be getting older and gone, Cody going to break Christine to be there and be a nanny for Robin's children. But Robin, I think, will not mind being in a house with all these women. You know why? Because then Cody's not going to be in her house all the time. Because he will have to do it equally. Because all
Yeah.
the other wives can see him. And she prefers that. Robin doesn't want to be in a monogamy with Cody.
No.
She only wanted Cody for her 5-year goal plan, which she has already accomplished.
Yeah.
So she does not want Cody to be there. And the other thing too, remember when she got up and didn't she leave, or the kids left and they went to Montana to go visit the father?
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen every now and then when she gets tired of Cody? She will go with the kids and say, "Oh, I have to go with them. They've been having some problems." She'll be gone for 2 weeks if Cody wants to smother her. But yeah, I don't think Robin will mind a big house. It suits her.
Yeah.
Because like you said, she's kind of like Janelle.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
will suit her. Like, okay, come to me for a day or two.
Yeah.
It will be 2 days the max that he can stay with her.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be able to go and say, okay, I'm going to stay with you for 3-4 days. Because
Yeah.
all the wives are going to be watching him. The cameraman also going to be there too.
Yeah.
You know, and it will really be showing that she is a favorite wife.
Yeah.
So it will behoove Cody to say that BS, but really, he's going to really strive to make sure Robin has her own space. So that he can go there by himself and be a little family.
Yeah. The whole situation was really, and honestly, I felt very uncomfortable. Like
Yeah.
it just really,
It was very
it just
abusive.
like
it was
very,
violent.
it was very violent, and
The
like
way
it
he
really just
spoke
hurt
to
to my
Christine.
heart.
Yes.
Very honest.
Yeah.
Like I just thought it was very wrong the way he even came at her. Like I
I
can
am
only
not
imagine what he
going
would have
to
said.
Discuss this.
I
now.
can only imagine what he would have said if it was just them behind closed doors.
And
Because
I
if you can
wonder-
say that in that way on camera,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But when it's Robin, you want to be all soft and you want to be
Yeah.
smiling and all that stuff. Oh
I
my
know.
god, a dog. Is that a dog or is that a coyote? Oh my god, is that a coyote?
I actually don't know. I have no idea.
That looks like a coyote. Y'all, there
It's-
are wolves up in here.
I actually don't know. I don't think it's I don't
That
know.
ain't no dog.
That's not a dog. Yeah.
That is not a dog.
Well, it's looking for something. It's looking under somewhere. Maybe that's where the chickens are. Something. It's looking for
That
something
looks
to
like
eat.
another type of animal. Why is he carrying the cardboard?
He's moving out of the way. Trying to find the little chickens.
Anyway, sorry y'all, but maybe the slap is too much. But it's just the
Yeah, I
way.
know.
I just thought it was very violent.
Yeah.
It was very violent. I was very uncomfortable with that
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah.
So, but I just feel like
But
the
you know what I
exchange.
wondered to myself with Cody? How many other things does he tell the wives? I am not going to discuss this. I can see him say that a lot.
But
to
I feel
Mary,
like-
to all of them really. I am not going to discuss this. Even when they want to discuss something, this is what he will. I am not going to discuss this, and he says it in that way, and all of them is like they back up. Okay, he doesn't want to discuss it. And what was wrong with discussing that?
My
I
thing is
just don't
first,
understand.
the
Like,
reason,
what-
the issue
why
that
did
he had
get
with
so
discussing
upset
it,
about
the
it?
reason why he
So
didn't
guilty.
discuss it is because personally I feel
Uh-huh.
he is setting them up. He doesn't want to talk about it now, but he's going to
Okay.
talk about it when he's good and ready.
Yeah.
When everything has gone through with the land and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and we see it in the last episode. And we see it at the end of this episode where he's talking to the cameraman or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's basically like, it's going to be so hard. My kids are going to be spread out, giving the whole sob story.
About
He is
Trudy,
going to
about
really,
Ariella.
he's going to put on a show.
Yeah.
So much so that wives feel so bad for him
Yeah.
that they're going to try to take a knee and get into this one house. But he's going to make it seem like it's going to be such a horrible thing for him to split up the family again.
Yeah.
And we see already that you guys know, like, it took a while. I think someone you told me that it took a while for the Vegas homes to sell. And then on top of
Oh,
that,
really?
we see
Okay.
in season 16, they still haven't even built anything yet.
You
They
know
hadn't
what- you know
built
what I was
nothing yet.
thinking? I was thinking they actually had built, and now they are like the land or whatever. But season 17, they actually have built now, right? Because he was in Christine's place. Remember, he went to Christine's house.
They
area?
hadn't built. They hadn't built. I think that they were still in those rentals.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for season 17, I'm just wondering if they had already built. Because he said, I built this place and stuff like that. He was
I don't know.
saying-
We have to figure that out. But season 16, they were still
like, this is
meeting on
my-
that land, and they were still talking about how they're going to spread it out and how
Yeah.
what lot was whose lot.
Yeah.
So three seasons happened,
Mhm.
and they still had not moved into that place. They had not even built yet.
Yeah.
So all of this was a waste. Even till somebody told me today that it was a waste of money. Like it was a lot of money that they wasted.
Especially if you have them, because now you have to pay for rentals.
And then on top
all
of
that.
that, they had COVID.
Oh yeah, that's going to be very interesting. That whole COVID thing.
Seeing how that whole thing pans out.
That's all going to be very, very, very interesting.
But yeah, I think he's setting them up to be in one house together.
Yeah.
He is setting them up for that. But yeah, I think that was everything for this episode, right?
Yes.
But yes, y'all, it's Mary.
And Alma.
You guys have to like,
subscribe,
share,
and comment
down below.